Hi there, everybody, and welcome to the Gisborne Oval, specifically Oval number 1 here on Rangai. And it's our coverage of Week 3 in Phase 2. It's Week 10 proper of the 2024 Civil Project Solutions Premier Rugby Competition. And today, home team Enterprise Cars OBM up against Kahu Scaffolding Tāpui, the Taniwha, unbeaten Taniwha on Oval number 1. 2:45 kickoff, that hasn't changed. Match referees Ben Holt. Controlled Countries win against Town, 36-24. From 12 all on the 18th of May. Referee Holt is eagle-eyed, that's his style. Assistant referees are Paul Brown, AR1, and Hona Huriwai, so I'm told AR2. Les Thomas might also find himself at a loose end. He could be able to assist with these guys in some capacity. Now, unbeaten Tāpui 24, OBM 10, Sports Ground number 1, Wairoa in Week 6, Round 1, 11th of May. Some other news, those of a financial interest, Waihi won the Gisborne Glass, $100 last week. This week, Gisborne Glass, that picked the score for $100 will be decided behind me. It's High School Old Boys, Earthwork Solutions, High School Old Boys versus GT Shearing Waikohu on Oval 2. Now the table, Kahu Scaffolding Tāpui 29 points, East Coast Farm Vets YMP Young Māori Party 26 points, OBM 20, GT Shearing Waikohu 17, Earthwork Solutions High School Old Boys 11, Ngarapa 8, Kevin Hollis Glass Pirates, I think still on North. Pool A, Week 2, Ngarapa 15, OBM 18, out there at Paddy's Park, Paratahi. Pool B, Week 2, Waikohu 10, YMP 36. Pirates 24-20 over High School Old Boys on Oval number 2. A win to bring the house down. Their first win of the season, Pirates. That was last Saturday. And to do it with a try. Yes, the score was 24-20, but it was the try really that won it. The conversion is the icing on the cake. Now, here in Week 3, obviously, going up having the bye OBM Tāpui with Ben Holt. Paul Brown, we're told Hona Huriwai. Pool B, Earthwork Solutions High School Old Boys versus Waikohu. Oval 2 Terry Reeves, so we're told Tom Nuku and Neville Barwick. And East Coast Farm Vets Young Māori Party versus Kevin Hollis Glass Pirates. Given to understand that that game won't go ahead, Young Māori Party claiming a win there by default. Now news on the Super 8 secondary schools front while we've got a chance. Hastings Boys High School, who led 12-0 at half-time, pulling away to win the first 15 game, 29 points to 10. Gisborne Boys High School second 15 winning on full time with a penalty goal. Ruan Ludwig, right foot kicker, around the corner style kicker, coming through for them. 4 victory. Huge result for them. Gisborne Boys High School under 15s were game. Hastings running out winners 24-14. Gisborne Boys High School under 14s against Hastings Boys. And Gisborne Boys, Hastings going the way of Hastings, 17 points to 12. Gisborne Boys play New Plymouth next Friday, so that's not a Saturday game. That'll be next Friday, quite possibly with an early start, yet to be confirmed. But Gisborne Boys versus New Plymouth next Friday, that'll be interesting. Gisborne Boys, of course, winning the last game last season against New Plymouth at the Gully, and the Rectory is not a place it's been a particularly happy hunting ground for New Plymouth. Gisborne Boys High School hosting Hastings today, coming up with 1 win in 4 games, but a win to savour for the second 15. Now, our starting lineups, run through those for you, such as they are. Enterprise Cars OBM, bound in 1996. Last time they won the Lee Brothers Shield, the championship 2019. Beat YMP 65-5 at 2019 final. Man, how the worm has turned. 24-5 at half-time under the big guy Jacob Cook and Willie Grogan. Brilliant co-captains that year. Enterprise Cars OBM, 1-15. Ratu Nairoroi, the Kitera Kia, the captain, Lance Dixon, Jordan Kingy, Ulaisi Seru, Osiaisi Tuponga, Chokatama Siwa, Justin Allen onto the field in his 50th game for OBM now. Jordan Kingy, a lovely guy, a club patriot, a loyal club man, and a great performer, a very consistent performer as a lock forward for OBM, a good ball winner, a good solid all-round forward, not flashy, but then again you don't want that from a forward, especially a tight forward. Back to our names. Ratu Nairoroi, Ricky Terekia, the captain, Lance Dixon, Jordan Kingy, Uliasi Seru, Osaasi Tofonga, Jokatama Siwa, Justin Allen, the number 8, Benito Barry, Cody Christie, Rusi Tavusa, Solomoni Rosari at second 5. Ali Polo has moved to centre, so he's moved a spot. Rusi in for Boskatika Sidre. Rosari for Ali Polo, who, as I said, has moved from second 5 to centre. Kilau Leach, Reeftown Brown Tedekia for Kahu Scaffolding Tāpui. 26, George Orman, Naim Emmanuel, Braden Tyther, Harawira Kokura, Jermaine Kaimoana, Antonio Mariwai. Kiani Tomata, co-captain George Whakatope. Tioni Hubbard, co-captain Nico Kaimoana. And then Rico Tupo. Tartana Smith is on the right wing, Rana Hubbard, second 5. Centre, but wearing 1 is Leroy Taipa. And the fullback, Kaoni Tyrese Tiamo Poki. Tāpui, the Taniwha, from right to left of your screen. In the black and the green. The green and the black. So OBM with this changed lineup, forced by injury. They have had to be brave. Given in 10 was supposed to be Cody Christie, according to this. That was a 15. That would seem to be Boskatika Sidre. It's not Reeftown Brown Tedekia. Have to be patient with us with the numbers. Okay, Ratu Nairoroi, big guy, big leg drive. Big legs equals big leg drive. Good carry there from Jordan Kingy. As I said, a great guy, good player. OBM having to fight to bring the ball under control. Heard the whistle there of, well, I thought I heard the whistle of referee Holt. Man, that must be a big whistle over there on Oval too. Boy, oh boy, someone's got pipes. That must be a Terry Reeves, is it? Okay. No, there. Yeah, that's what I mean. Terry Reeves behind us with that big whistle on Oval 2. That's Lance Dixon. Look, grubbing like a little worm there, Lance Dixon. Good hard stuff. Then Ricky Tedekia, who carries the ball well. Powerful player with the ball in hand. So OBM now, Tedekia again, nice hands. With some big guys who can throw their weight around. Shannon Riemann, he was supposed to be wearing 16, but he's out injured. Man, now the walking wounded out there, OBM. Sometimes you got to be brave. Just got to pucker up. So, OBM, as you can expect, they're going to take a little while to settle. If you have new players coming in, they're going to, mind you, they can't take all day to settle. Obviously, they're playing a team which is unbeaten and had a marvellous season, Tāpui. The community has embraced Tāpui. They've seen a special effort going in from their team, from their boys. There's a special energy around the team because more players are coming in. They want to play. They're motivated. And they can do a power of good for their community, Tāpui. As rugby teams can do great good for their communities wherever they are. Tioni Hubbard, who has been quite wonderful this season for Tāpui. Very good passer of the ball and can run. Now runs, passes. So Tāpui, our first look at their outstanding backs. Tatana Smith down the sideline, cutting back and field. Beautiful pass. Tremendous pass. Nico Kaimoana brought down. So the chase was a good one from OBM. Tatana Smith working well there with Kaimoana. OBM under pressure for the first time in the game. And a penalty award here from Mr. Holt. First penalty of the game. And man, did they turn that around quickly, the Taniwha. With great pace, good teamwork. Smith down the sideline, inside pass. Kaimoana I thought he would make it. And again, I think lots of things in Kaimoana. They're in support though, as you do. Tioni Hubbard's fantastic, the halfback. He's dangerous, and that's the reason that he attracts attention. Sometimes he can catch you in two minds. So busy trying to come to terms with him stopping other people, you can easily forget to do that. So Ngau Manuel, who once upon a time played for OBM, played very well for them, I might add, and is also playing very well for this Tāpui team. Okay, that's a nice throw too. Harawira could have caught the ball. Harawira, one of the better line-out forwards in this competition. Very good forward, good drive on here from Tāpui. Hubbard there, good control from Tāpui, and in for the first try. So that's excellent stuff. And you know, they've got a big back row with Whakatope, Taumata, and Maruai. Strong, strong guys. Tāpui, it didn't take them long. It did not take them long. So 5-0, the Tāpui try. OBM, as I mentioned, having to bring players into the mix. Rusi Tavusa on the left wing. Rana Hubbard to convert the try. Hubbard, right foot kicker, round the corner style. Round about 13 metres in from the left touch. Height on the kick is good. Height on the kick is good, and the kick is good. So 7-0. Conversion is made. Lovely kick by Hubbard. Good start for him. So we have Paul Brown and Les Thomas, no Hona Huruwai. There's Tāpui with an injury list. The stage of the season, George Whakatope back to pick it up. Such a powerful player. Powerful doesn't even begin to describe it, to be quite honest. That was a nice pass a moment ago from Keanu Taumata, one of the most promising young loose forwards in Poverty Bay Rugby. Is a fine player, Keanu Taumata, and there are good citizens in both these teams. Strong defence from OBM. Their defence at close quarters you can expect to be extremely strong. Catching up with this Tāpui mob out wide could be the tester. Hubbard has the ball. Nice dummy. Tedekea across to get Hubbard. Good effort from the OBM captain there, trying to blow over. Well, you do your best. There's Harawira Kokura. Harawira Kokura. Caught there, good run from him. I think that's the first time he's touched the ball in general play. I thought I heard him yelp there. He fell awkwardly, certainly. Okay. OBM and Tāpui. Lot of arms and legs. That's the best way to describe it at the moment. 7 points to 0, converted try. Great to see Les Thomas on the sideline with Paul Brown. These gentlemen have given great service to the game over many years. And to be honest, in the popular vernacular, we'd be stuffed without them. These guys come out here and they referee to a good standard, whether on the sidelines or in the middle of the park, every week. They don't have to do that, but they do. They enjoy it, obviously. Also, they know that our rugby is in a good state, but it's made ever healthier by good referees. Ben Holt out there in the middle having a pretty strong word there with Tāpui. I can't tell from this vantage point what it is, but he doesn't look very happy, referee Holt. And he's normally undemonstrative, Ben Holt. OBM awarded, I think, their second penalty of the match. once on their own goal line virtually, and that penalty there. Day like today, you've got to do the basics such as fine touch. Margin for error when you're playing against a team like Tāpui is small. You can't afford to make mistakes against this quality opposition. OBM retained the throw, of course, for the penalty. Ricky Te Tairāwhiti will make the throw in the attacking half, round about 10 metres into the attacking half. It was meant for the front, the ball's gone loose. Now with Tāpui. Okay, Whakataupē, is it? Antonio Mariwai. Heard a big whistle a moment ago from referee Holt. Talking to George Whakataupē there with the headgear. Okay, OBM tap and run, that's Ricky Te Tairāwhiti. And he is one of the most effective players in local rugby. That tap kick. Oh, that's was that Ratu Nairoroi? The one and only? The celebrated, oh, that one hand. See that? Hold the ball with one hand. There's Lance Dixon. You got to have big hands, mind you. Okay. OBM with some running. Cody Christie was given to me in 10. OBM will carry the ball well. Ratu Nairoroi again. Big, powerful guy. One of these super heavyweights OBM have. Jordan Kingy played well, his 50th game. This is it. Won't forget it no matter what happens. Won't forget it no matter what happens, the 50th game. Ball has now gone forward, obviously. It's a long way forward. 7-0. There are days like today when your team is short and a lot of people are carrying injuries that you need someone to inspire the team. Ricky Te Tairāwhiti has that ability as a captain. He doesn't say a lot, doesn't need to, not that sort. But he's a very tough man, a very, very good reader of rugby and of what's happening in it. Some excellent rugby has been played this season by both these teams. Tāpui obviously unbeaten, 29 points. They beat YMP in I think either week 2 or week 3. And from there, their season, they just went onwards and upwards. They were very good on day 1. I think from memory that was a 55-20 win over High School Old Boys. A tough day for the thin blue line. But High School Old Boys fans shouldn't lose hope either. They have some players of proven ability like George Haley-Donnelly. They have some youngsters, for instance, Cohen Loeffler, who's won 3 Most Valuable Player awards, which is quite an honour, and 2 against the same opponents. So there is talent in the ranks. There is hope. They have a future. Traditionally one of our strongest clubs and one of the great clubs, High School Old Boys. OBM, a gut check for them today. They'll have to rise to the occasion. That's what you do. You give it everything you've got. Scrum Tāpui, OBM losing the ball in the act of carrying it. When I was talking to you before about that big whistle I heard behind me, and that was some whistle from, I think, Terry Reeves. Tony Hubbard has the ball, will feed the scrum, and it is a good scrum. We haven't seen so much of Tāpui here, but what we have seen has been very impressive. Their ball handling skill, their pace, the pace at which they play the game, and their organisation. Paura Ian Manuel Harmon, a very well organised team. He is player coach of Tāpui, and since his injury, you would imagine that he's had more time to spend looking at them, that additional lens of a critic. Sets mighty high standards, obviously. So, Tāpui with boot to ball inside their own half, and they've got a good bounce. Tāpui, that's Mariwai. Mariwai, man, that's a ferocious fend. Boy, is that a fend. And Ben Holt has stunned the crowd on that far side. Offside play. Tāpui lumber back into position. Now you want to watch out here for Ricky Te Tairāwhiti, because if he taps some runs, I want you to have expected it. He's caught so many teams napping. You get a penalty and you're anywhere near the 22, then you want to watch out for Ricky Te Tairāwhiti, because he will teach you a lesson in short order.
But you don't go like this. You can't, well, unless what it is, he's given the wrong.
OBM have the throw. OBM have the throw. Now don't forget they're trailing by 7 points. Score 7-0. A marvellous kick. OBM throw, the red, white and blue. Under duress here at the Oval. With all of these injuries, they're having to balance. They have to shore up. OBM, that's our Te Tairāwhiti. I told you how dangerous he is close to the line. That time he was a little too far out. But he made another 5 metres. OBM with numbers. Good strong stuff. OBM. Where's Ratu Nairōroi, strongest man on the field? That's Ricky Te Tairāwhiti, got a pass away to Justin. Justin Allen came close. How close is close? Closer than close. That was Justin Allen a moment ago. And at the moment, they're trailing by 7. Throwing the whopper boppers at Tāpui. Try and crack them up front. OBM with a good gain in ground there, Ratu Nairōroi. And OBM have now scored for 7-5, and they needed that. You got to stay in touch against Tāpui. You can't let them get away on you, or they'll run riot. 7-5.
But he's now seeing it. Because he was, like he was no appreciation.
Well, OBM, they're doing exactly what they had to do, which was to score quickly after Tāpui had scored the first try. If 1 try becomes 2 tries, becomes 3 tries, then that's it, to be honest. Very, very difficult to pull Tāpui back if they get away on you. And as for getting away on Tāpui, that hasn't happened yet. So OBM no conversion. 7-5 Tāpui, unconverted try by OBM. Can be a good test, this sort of thing, you know, when you're short on players and you've got injured players. You can't win, you've just got to play with what you've got, which is what OBM will do, and you know why? Because they don't have a choice. Here against Tāpui, hosting Tāpui. The toughest assignment in Premier Rugby this season, against this season, undoubtedly, the best team. They haven't dropped a game. Hubbard goes long and to the right. OBM have the ball, and then they are met. Perfectly timed, that tackle. Jordan again, his 4th carry, driven back. The powerful guy, Jordan Kingy. Push him back is not easy. Dixon gets it away to Te Tairāwhiti. Te Tairāwhiti, the ball goes down, it went forward. Can't complain about that decision. That's the right call from referee Holt. A lot of guys are talking to referee Holt at the moment, and I wonder whether he's going to get sick of that and start marching people meters. They've had their say, and now they're having another say. Jesus. Getting pretty blue here at the Oval. Listen to that. Tioni Hubbard. very good halfback. He's up against Benito Barry, who I talked to his father before this, is actually carrying a hand injury. These things happen. No good, you know, on my pinky. You've just got to play through it. Justin Allen there, big guy. Has it been that long? I remember when he and Jody were at Gisborne Intermediate School. It seems like only yesterday. They were gentle giants. Hubbard, hear the huffing and puffing from the scrum, like steam engines. Pistons working. Okay, Hubbard with a high one there to Rana Hubbard. Two guys with those painted doos. Yone gets it up there to a Whakatope, the captain. Captain Tough. That's what Whakatope is, Captain Tough penalty. Their second attacking penalty that they've had in this first half. That was Te Tairāwhiti, I think, making... No, Te Tairāwhiti's out here. Another penalty and a double whistle blast. Now having a serious word. Referee Holt. But OBM are still playing with 15 people. So a word is enough. Ricky Te Tairāwhiti has a quiet strength, a certain steely determination. That comes from knowing the game well and doing right. This is a very important scrum. The home team needing to hold the unbeaten team at this juncture, with it being a 2-point game. Remember, OBM scored the last try. Tāpui scored the first try. Kicked the conversion for 7 to, well, at that stage, obviously 7-0. Behind us, seeing good rugby. High school old boys. Mortal Kombat with Waikohu. YMP a win by default against Pirates. So it's a good scrum platform. Watch for Whakatope. Coming off the back, Whakatope. A hard man to hold. OBM there are penalised again. Third penalty in this, well, at this end of the ground. Ben Holt having another word. Very even-tempered, Ben Holt. Being very patient at the moment. No, and as a matter of fact, that patience is run thin. First yellow card of the match has been issued. I'd love to, I've never really checked, but these days you get a seat, you get a hot drink, you get a towel. And I don't mind telling you, when I was playing, you got to sit at the other end on the ground. So times have changed. No, as a matter of fact, you didn't get to sit on the ground. You had to stand. Position for OBM as they're still having to try and hold these guys. Another strong drive, the line-out drive. They're strong in this phase. Already scored from it once. OBM are desperate to hold Tāpui. That will not be easy to do. Score at the moment 7-5. And the remorseless Taniwha playing well, and their forwards are so well organised. Hubbard has it. Swings it out. Good hands here. Kaione Tyrese. Te Amo Poki with the pass away to Smith. And Smith has scored. And he is good value. Deserves that try, Smith. Deserves that try. Make it now 12 points to 5. My wind cover flew away. Hubbard converted the first Tāpui try. 12-5, this for 14-5, if he can make it. Get rid of the post marker at the 22. They're an awful pain, those posts. 12-5. 12-5, this for 14-5. From the sideline. Under a metre in off the left touch. Hubbard. No. Across the face of goal. So it stays 12-5. 12-5 Tāpui. Wonderful try by Smith, unconverted. So 3 tries already. 2 tries to 1. The visitors in pretty good form. OBM doing what you have to do, which is to be scrappy at the moment and hustle defensively. That is because they have injury concerns. It's a long restart. Tāpui, good hands. Mariwai, who's had a wonderful season. So powerful, so powerful. There's Mariwai. Within around about 10 halfway, they're making OBM work hard in defence. Tāpui, they turned it over now. What happened there? That didn't look right. A quizzical look on the faces of these Tāpui players. One of the OBM lads is down. Tātuna Smith, that's a nice touch. Over to have a look at the OBM player who's on the floor. Hear squeals of glee from the Tāpui lads. Not the big throaty roar, but the gentle peal of laughter from Tāpui. Lead at the moment, 12 points to 5. 3 good tries in the game. And that was some run back by Mariwai. I'm not surprised that people left in his wake, because that was a bumping run. So we've got Les Thomas with Paul Brown, and they're on the sidelines today. Ben Holt is in the middle. And OBM did not need that. They needed that like a shotgun blast to the nut. Here at the Oval, Gisborne Oval. I'd wondered whether or not the game between High School Old Boys and Pirates last week had been originally scheduled to be played on number 1, and then I think it was moved to number 2. So Pirates, I think, were going to be the home team. As it was, they moved a few metres over and made history. Brought up their first win of the season. Those were their first points of the season last week. They say that one thought does not make a summer, maybe, but to get a win, that's still big. $12 points to 5. 7-point game. Tione Hubbard feed the scrum. Hubbard is a quick, skillful halfback. That's the captain. Away to Hubbard. Hubbard boot to ball. So Tāpui playing an intelligent game. They're getting the odd good bounce for sure. Yeah, absolutely they are. Hubbard there scores on the far touch. I mean, they have had a good start to the game, and they do chase kicks well, but they've been solid all round. Those things don't happen for you unless you're a solid team. So now at the moment, 17 to 5. 17 to 5. 3 tries to Tāpui. Wonderful. Incredible. Kahu, or rather Kahu Scaffolding Tāpui, founded 1904. Last silverware I can remember for Tāpui, they beat New Haka 19-3 for the Lou Patterson Cup Senior 1 Championship, Rugby Park, 20th of July 2019. So they've won the Lou Patterson Cup, and at the moment they're looking on track to be in contention, close contention, for the Lee Brothers Shield. Now the kick is away. It's still 17-5. Of course, we don't have a scoreboard here at the Oval. Haven't had since the days the grandstand was up on that far sideline. Beautiful wooden grandstand. Next door to it, the original referees' rooms, if my memory serves me correctly from the book that Lex Gibson wrote, Cockroach Corner, I think they called it. Long time ago. It's a wonderful book, that. And the moment, 17 points to 5, the Oval. Great history. Much history's been made here. Tāpui. Aaron, good touch. Is that Mariwai again? Man, is he ever running strongly. Ran over a couple of guys earlier. One of them had to be assisted, I think, from the field. Tāpui with boot to ball down that far sideline. Kilo Leach coming over to lend a hand. OBM scramble in defence. They are under significant pressure. Of course, Tāpui up 17-5, 3 tries to 1. Ratu Nairoroi, the big prop. He is a strong guy. Nairoroi gets around the park. But the game is yet young, and you've got to be able to go for 80. Well, 80 that's going to feel like 90 or 100 when you don't have that many reserve players. Tāpui and good penalty OBM. Okay, the big whistle there from referee Holt. The way he backs up, he backed up there into Lance Dixon. Not a lot of give. Ben Holt. He's a character of the game, Ben Holt. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's good value out there. 17-5. Cody Christie, okay. Players requesting of Paul Brown that they want a call of some type or other. I don't think they're entitled to that. They have requested it politely. Mind you, you don't ask, you don't get. 17 points to 5. .12-point lead is Tāpui's. High school old boys up against the Waikohu over there. Getting a few shouts. And some language. OBM throw for the penalty. Ben Holt wants to get out of there. He's in a bad place, Ben Holt. He's right in the middle of that line out. Not where he needs to be. And George Whakatope comes over for a word with Ben Holt. Well, George was in the back line. Remember, OBM decide the numbers, it being their throw. Ricky Tedekia. Is this Justin Allen? Okay, good win, Jordan Kingy. So OBM there turned the ball over in midfield. They lost the ball forward. Jordan Kingy played his part. One good quality ball. You never know how many chances you're going to get in a game. And to be honest, when you do get them, rugby is a sport that allows you to retain the ball. If at first you don't succeed, that's fine. You can retain the ball, you can set up. But the flip side of the coin is, of course, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to retain control of the ball. If you can't do that, you can't really put any pressure on. Here's Hubbard looking to go down the blind side, such as it is. Here now is Rana Hubbard. Good play, that's Tioni there to clear again, actually squats into position. Nico Kaimawana, and he cleared that ruck to the right. They don't want that ball to become static, Tāpui. Okay, they have an overlap here if they know how to use it. They've got two guys. Okay, and they're running strongly. Got Smith lining up on the inside, Tartner Smith. And Tartner Smith is about to make it a double, and he's about to make it 22 points to 5. That was, well, what's that? We got a funny little whistle there. Now, was that a real whistle or a Tinkerbell whistle there, referee Holt? And into the fray, Paul Brown. What's the boss saying? Paul Brown about to take charge here, having a word to referee Holt. Paul Brown, very sure of himself. George Whakatope, confused. He's come over to ask a question. Hey, well, what? It's okay, says Paul Brown. Now, Ben Holt's got to go and explain himself all up. Well, he doesn't actually have to, but okay, try. Well, that was... These are the facts of life. Now, listen closely. Ben Holt with Ricky Tedekia. He explained something to Ricky, and a red card. Now, that is a strong measure, the game's ultimate sanction. Of all the things that OBM did not need, that red card had to be top of the list. Well, for whatever reason that was issued. Now, Hubbard, 22 to 5, remember. Okay, 22 to 5. (22 to 5). Game has taken a strange turn. Now, if ever you had Everest to climb, it's just become K2, because now for the next little while anyway, it's 14 men. Now, discipline really has to improve. For whatever reason, I've got no idea, but I can tell you that to take on Tāpui with 14 men, hard work. Okay, that's Jordan Kingy there, I think, on Haraweta Kaukura, who enjoys running with the ball and does it quite well. Good skillful lock, Haraweta Kaukura. Not just a concrete mixer. Oh, true. They say these things are sent to test us. And at the moment, how would you like to play Tāpui with 13 people? I'll soon get one back to make up 14, but gonna get harder. 22 points to 5. Okay. On the bounce to Cody Christie. OBM, of course, have a short back line now. This is Kilo Leach. And Kilo trying to stay in the field of play. And he's called held. OBM with this 13-man lineup. OBM still have the ball. Benito Barry, good passer of the ball at halfback. Tāpui knowing that they have two guys over. Penalty now OBM. And they are going to need a very sympathetic whistle from this point on. Truth of the matter is, when you're reduced to 13, you can't afford to make any more mistakes as far as discipline's concerned. Really, you can't afford to err in any way. I must admit, I don't, from my vantage point, it's a bit hard to tell what happened and why that red card was issued, or the yellow card earlier. But they are facts of life. Ricky Tedekea. Okay, excellent win at the line out for OBM. So their forwards are continuing to play with structure. Rolling maul, and I can't blame them for wanting to keep things in tight. Ricky Tedekea. Good play here by OBM, some continuity of play, which up until now has been lacking. So they've got some ball. They've turned it over, however. Tāpui, luckily for them, have not found touch. Leach is in good position. He holds the ball, comes back right, makes a dive pass, found Cody Christie. OBM with a short lineup over there. Hubbard comes back, makes a tackle. Shows real determination there, Hubbard. Showed a lot of determination in the tackle. He got pushed away and wouldn't take no for an answer. He was like the proverbial dog with a bone. So, at the moment, that is the score. 22 points to 5. OBM, sometimes you just got to hang in. It'll break eventually. Something's got to give, but in the meantime, you can't afford to leak any more points. And at the moment, at 22 points to 5, and take the view that they have leaked quite enough. Okay, loose ball, OBM on the run. Tedekea, they've got him close to the line. So OBM now have a chance. Their second real shot with that throw pass. Okay, ball kicked ahead. Tāpui with chasers in front and behind. OBM bravely recovering. That's Siwa there in the 7. OBM are penalised for not releasing the ball. Oh, man. They can't afford another double whistle blast. Here they are, the captain, George Whakatope. Captain you'd be proud to play for, Tioni Hubbard. Tioni Hubbard, left side of the ground, round about 11 metres in field. Another big whistle there from referee Holt. They played the ball on the ground then. Referee Ben Holt, very stern at the moment with OBM. For the red, white and blue, it's a hard old life at the moment. Lance Dixon, smile on his face. And if your OBM's, well, you've got to say at this point, 14th man to come back, one from the sin bin, then you'd better make yourself useful. When things like this happen and you lose players, you just have to grin and bear it. No point whinging or anything else. Just got to pucker up. No, Emmanuel, Les Thomas might be too close to him. Okay. Now Emmanuel, tall hooker. Make the throw. Okay, they go to the middle. Harawira Kokura, splendid. Okay, good stuff. That was Hubbard getting a pass away there a moment ago. Keanu Taumata in good support. Good player, Taumata. Might have been no Emmanuel there. So the Taniwha are attacking on the right, trying to make inroads. And they have pace aplenty on both sides, on both wings. They've got Rico Tupou on that far wing. Okay, and there's the flag of Paul Brown, who is not afraid to insert himself according to need. Ben Holt. Now, I've made up my mind. He's a character. He's a very good referee, but he's also a character. And I can't tell you why. Okay, OBM have this line-out ball. Jordan Kingy bringing out a big run in his 50th game for OBM. In the most trying of circumstances, a game he'll never forget. Last game I remember having this sort of milestone attached to it was Scott Milne. Might have been his 100th, Scotty. I'm just trying to remember. You get to a certain age, it's hard to remember things, even the little things. 22 points to 5. And here they come, Nico Komoana. There was Hubbard. And there's Muddy Y. Muddy Y brought down, and the ball went forward. Well, I thought the ball might have gone forward. Did it not go forward? Obviously not. Whoa, look at that there. Whakatope bounced into touch. Tiny White, medalist on opening day, Whakatope. Mouthful of mud and all. The oval hasn't cut up too badly. Rained a little last night. Throw to come. Ricky Tedekere got to hit the mark. Oh, that's what OBM needed, was a good line out there now. Justin Allen, who changes pace. Good run there from Justin in the midfield. OBM now with running. You know, OBM, they have made gains in ground. They've gotten over the advantage line, and they've played with pattern, but they're going to be one man down for quite some time. Tartana Smith, good position. Great position there, good hands, nice pass. Chip and chase by Kaione Tyrese Tiamopoki. Okay, Kaione Tyrese Tiamopoki. And he came hard. Wow, they flew there at Cody Christie. Lucky if you stay in one. And boot the ball from Lance Dixon. Dixon just making sure that the whistle was blown. Lance Dixon's brilliant value he is. 22 points to 5. You know what I enjoy about Tāpui? They're a physical team. And that's a good thing when you're just looking at it.
He did, he let it play it.
Okay.
So we want him to do that. But I mean,
Everybody having their say out there. Okay. Tartana Smith, good hands. He really has. Oh, and Kaione. Now, I know it went down, but are you sure that went backwards? Or rather, are you sure it went forward? Well, they're not happy there, Tāpui. I know it went down. Kaione Tyrese Tiamopoki. I like the fact that he was venturous. I like the fact that he tried to make something happen. Chip over the top, didn't come off. That's rugby. Okay, OBM. Okay, good scrum. I think that OBM have scrummaged well, and their line-out's been pretty good. It's just, obviously, when the ball goes wide, the opposition have it, then life gets a bit harder. A bit more complicated at that stage because you've... Many hands make light work, and at the moment they've got 14. 28 hands for 14 people. That, and Antonio Mariwai on this side is a beast. I'm telling you, he's so strong. Very powerful. OBM again with that excellent platform at the scrum. Tough pass there. Now that didn't go forward because he knocked it back. Okay, OBM, their outside back's been encouraged to kick the ball out. No matter what you do, find touch. Tāpui are so physical, so muscular. That's working man's rugby. And again, not finding touch, but the whistle of referee Holt. Depending on your point of view at times, these referees, angels to some, demons to others. There, the whistle for referee Holt. No, they're a good bunch. And great entertainment. Looking at Emmanuel over here, he's ready. Taps and kicks out. Okay, and so at halftime, 22 points to 5. Competition leaders, the unbeaten Kahu Scaffolding Tāpui. Up at the moment, 22 to 5 over Enterprise Cars OBM. on the occasion of Jordan Kingy's 50th game for the OBM club. Hard-working lock forward and a good man here on Rangai. So back here on oval number 1, halftime score 22 points to 5. It's been very tough rugby and all hands to the pump. The pitch is held up pretty well. And it is a tough game here. This is phase 2 of the competition, Civil Project Solutions, Premier Rugby. And at the moment, Tāpui looks strong. Enterprise of Cars OBM from the middle. Cody Christie. Now, in 11, we were given Rossi Tavusa. 1 or 2 players that taking a little while to identify. Benito Barry's played a pretty good game actually at halfback. He's passed the ball well. The restart from Christie. Kaukura, former OBM player. There to ground. Hubbard, the halfback, has been quick and dangerous. They're breaking a tackle. Keanu Taumata, always looking for support. That's Hubbard, that ball went forward. Good decision from referee Holt. OBM are definitely not out of this game. Just need some ball. And they've looked strong in possession. Their set-piece play has been very good. Scrum has been very good. Now wearing 26 is George Ormond. Started the game at loose head prop for Tāpui, or 26. The centre for Tāpui is actually wearing 1. Half time on field number 2. Waikohu lead high school old boys 7-5. Of course, only 2 Premier grade games today. To halfway, OBM now looking left. And as I said, with ball in hand, looks strong. Here's Dixon. Dixon getting over halfway, makes a valuable 2 or 3 metres. Ricky Tetakia. Tetakia trying to get away from Mariwai there, did well. Everybody's onside at the moment. OBM having to work very, very hard here, but they are doing it. They're now around about 7 over halfway. Jordan Kingy is featured in a lot of play A lot of touches for a lock forward. Even in the modern game, offside ruled there against Tāpui. OBM now to look for touch on that right side. You want to go long, but you don't want to go so long that you miss touch. A lot being said out there. And if that is George Whakatope, he's really upset with something that he's heard. I'm not quite sure what that is. Ben Holt having a word to him. This game today, there have been some long explanations. One red card, one yellow card, and now that's a yellow card there for Tāpui. I think that's Tartana Smith. Played on the left wing for them. He's wearing 14, but he's played on the left wing for them. So this game has been played in a pretty good spirit, but Tāpui lose the first man here in the second half. So in the first meeting, it was 24-10. Tāpui over OBM. That was at the sports ground. So Tāpui, for the moment, down to 14. Discipline has to hold for both these teams. This helps OBM. Well, fighting that's gone long. OBM have it. They ran over Hubbard. Hubbard put down hard. And with good solid carries, some of these players hard to identify for OBM with these reserve numbers, which have definitely changed. It was a Barry away to Kingy. Kingy is putting in a good stint today. He's having to lead by example. That's what he's doing. These big men for OBM are combative and aggressive, which is good. They need to throw their weight around. Tāpui, for the first time for quite a while, the pressure is on them and the question's being asked. And OBM, ball in hand, Jordan Kingy. Jordan Kingy trying to get away from Hubbard. Hubbard dragged him down. OBM have the ball. They lost the ball forward there. And in position there was referee Holt, but there OBM with continuity of play, retaining the ball and some go forward. And Jordan Kingy featuring at least twice in that sequence. 50th game is a big occasion. And wanting to play well, natural impulse. Mariwai has been replaced. Certainly played well. You've got Christie over here, Cody Christie, watching the sideline for OBM. They call their left touch, around about 10 metres in. Now coming up to make a tackle. Game could be won or lost in the next 10 minutes. OBM with a strike next. Okay, a penalty is Tāpui. Everybody has to get back 10 metres. Referee Holt giving them an opportunity to retire. Communication also becomes important when you've got fewer players to cover more space. Watch the line. Tāpui don't err there, they find the line. "28 years of OBM. 28 years. Ngawi Manuel make this throw. Wonder if it'll be Taumata. Yes, it's Taumata. Hand on it from OBM, lost forward by Tāpui. This is now OBM ball. Benito Barry, secure possession for them. Save the ball for them. And OBM over the advantage line. 1 inch at a time. Not a bad way to play. Nothing wrong with that. Justin Allen. Maybe where their advantage lies with the big men in the tight five. It was Austin Brown. He has no jersey number. OBM trailing at the moment by 17 points. They need to score at least 4 times. The ball bounces into touch. Oh, no, it doesn't, actually. It's saved in play. It's Kilo Leach. I watched the game from ground level. You guys see the game from a higher point than I do. Civil Project Solutions Premier Rugby. And the big guys have been really, really tough today, and they've played strongly for OBM. Okay, ball on the bounce. Here now, Ricky Tedekia with Kingy outside him. Gets the ground there, Tedekia. Kingy may pick up and go here. No, Justin Allen. Big shoulder, and Justin Allen has got it down. So Justin Allen with a big shoulder and that cutting right arm has gone in to score, and OBM have a try, a second half try. 22 points to 10. Said that in the next 10 minutes it was going to be important. Someone take the game by the scruff of the neck. OBM, an important try to hit double figures. Now they trail by 12. This is kickable. So Justin Allen, the big guys for OBM, the forwards, the tight forwards, played very well. Justin Allen, number 8. But Jordan Kingy has played well. Dixon, Tedekia. So, 10-22. Say 10 first because, of course, they're trailing. Austin Brown. This goes over, it'd be 12-22. If it goes over. Now quite cool. It's away. Got underneath that there. Austin Brown, so unconverted their try. Ricky Tedekia receiving some attention. Seems to have an injury to his hand. Has it strapped. Communication is picked up from OBM at the back. Here's Justin Allen again. He's full of running, the big guy this season. He has made a big difference to them with the ball in hand. There is another whistle from referee Holt. Offside play by Tāpui. George Whakatope. OBM's big guys making it over the advantage line. I'm talking about people like Jordan Kingy, Justin Allen. They are playing really well, but equally, Tāpui seem to be distracted. OBM now into the attacking half. Just. $22 points to 10. 12 points in it. Good win by Kingy. Line out, he's had a great game. Brown. OBM with the ability to run now, Cody Christie. Kicks ahead, that's a clever kick. That is a clever kick, and OBM have it. They have it to score it. Now, I didn't know better. Well, that's fantastic stuff. And Tika Cedra over there in 15. It's hard because I wasn't given Tika Cedra. I was given Reeftown Brown Tetakia. Marvellous try. And so now, yes, it was in fact Tika Cedra. So that is now 15 to 22. OBM are playing very well here in the second half, and this is some comeback. Conversion is there for Tāpui 22, OBM 17. Now Tāpui having to regroup because at 22 points to 17, OBM are now within striking distance. They score again, they've drawn level, they convert a try, they lead by 2. That's if. It's 22 points to 17. The OBM faithful should know that they have shown some resilience and a lot of heart. That's what they had to do, and they have. This could end up being one of the closest games. I don't know if the kick is, I don't think the kick went anywhere. It certainly, well, forget about 10 metres. I don't think it might have gone 15 centimetres forward. That last error from the restart, an uncharacteristic error. From Tāpui, who find themselves at halfway, obviously without any gain in ground. Benito Barry, a powerful effort from the OBM forwards and a tremendously powerful scrum. They've just gotten back into the game. Discipline's going to be key here now. Ball retention. Tāpui trying to force a turnover. OBM have the ball. OBM have the ball. Jordan Kingy, wow, and they hit him up top. Man, did they hit him up top. I think the big guy was a little bit annoyed with that, but play continues and life goes on. OBM, presentation of the ball is good. Dixon to clear. And that was boot to ball from Austin. They stepped out while they fell out there, Tāpui. Austin Brown there with a, well, I'll tell you what, you want to try it with people in your weight class? I don't know if that's so. Kaione Tyrese, Te Amo Poki. Now, Ricky Tetakia, right throughout this whole process, right throughout this game, has been very controlled. His people are right on top of it. Lance Dixon coming over to the line out. We're given Rusi Tavusa in 11, so we will go with that. Okay, time on there from referee Holt. Okay, and OBM have a brilliant win there by Kingy. Got to win your own line-out ball. If you can't do that, not much else is going to happen. So OBM rampaging forward in the middle of the ground. All of a sudden, the idea that in this week 10, OBM could be worth an upset. That might have been Hubbard there with a good tackle. OBM there awarded a penalty, and the tide seems to be turning here at the Oval. Here on Oval number 1, is it going to be the tap and go or no? It might as well be. OBM, that's a Jordan Kingy. He made it very close to the line there. Maybe he's only a metre or 2 out. OBM want the ball. The ball has gone loose. Tāpui have it with a chance to break out. Tāpui have a chance to break out. And they are pulled down, and the whistle has been blown further upfield. Okay for the knock on. OBM now with a scrum feed, and here, mid to late stages, second half, they trail by 5. They have turned this thing around because at halftime, it looked as if it was going to be very tough to come back. It was 22-5 at halftime, I believe. Then OBM came back with a try. Then another try, and they converted the second of those second half tries. OBM going right side and looking very dangerous. Well, what does referee Holt rule here? Well, no, that's pretty simple. Paul Brown over there rules that the man stepped out or fell out. Tāpui for the first time under pressure here. Resident team, the home team. OBM on Oval 1. Digging deep and doing so for this entire game. Heads have never dropped. Hey, that's a loose ball. OBM pouring in, trying to make Tāpuai's lives hard. That's Hubbard. Hubbard caught trying to run around about 10 metres out from his own line. You don't want to do that ideally. Now Tāpui may not have found touch here. Matter of fact, they haven't. Kilo Leach over there to Cody Christie. OBM with runners now. Tekasidre as the ball goes back. Here's Tekasidre again. The ball goes back. Was the ball ever out? Okay, that's Tupou. That was a long, messy passage of some pretty hard rugby. Tekasidre looks uncomfortable. Christie going back to play fullback. Tāpui feeling the pinch. OBM trying to extend their forward stamina. I say that, what I mean is they're trying to really push Tāpui, and Tāpui have some big guys out there. Would not be human if you didn't feel the pinch. Dixon's still going, no problem with Dixon. (22-17). A very big second half effort from the home team. This has become a key contest. It's always important, but man, that's a big push from OBM. A huge push. And Tāpui managing to make a break or two. They've got guys, they had numbers. They've lost the ball forward, so OBM have survived. It's still a 5-point margin. They were stretched across the park. They did really well there, and referee Holt, maybe a little frustration there from Tāpui. The home team has shown real fighting spirit in the second half. (22 points to 17). Five points in it. A converted try would do it. Well, a converted try would mean the lead, not necessarily a win. OBM have the ball. Tāpui had pace out wide. They had numbers. But OBM hung on, and they dived, and they made cover tackles. And Austin Brown, as he has done, peppering these guys across the ground. Here's Kione, Tyrese, and that's a call there from referee Holt. And you can't really moan about that, to be honest. As a player, you'll always say, hey, my hand's pointed backwards or the ball bounced, but then it went backwards. Well, unfortunately, the law of averages is that if it goes down, it's going to go against you. You can think whatever you want about that. That's how it is. $22 points to 7. This has been a powerful scrummaging effort. Did you hear what Jordan Kingy just said? He said, take it from them. Now, that's a pretty big statement. They obviously feel as if up front, the tight five, the big three and the tight five, that they might be able to squeeze. I don't really know what we're waiting for. They have, this has been an area today, facet of play in which OBM have been very impressive. Benito Barry's forward pack at the scrum have made their presence felt. Doesn't surprise because Dixon and Te Tairāwhiti and company, that is a strong scrum. Ratu Nairōroi, they're enjoying themselves. I can't imagine what there is to enjoy in that crowd, but whoa. OBM becoming adventurous behind the gain line. They could turn the ball over here. No, OBM still have it. Yes, they have it. Okay, they've got a penalty now from referee Holt. OBM were enjoying that last scrum. There is no doubt in my mind that they feel they have the wood on the Tāpui scrum. And I will tell you this, they have at least achieved parity. There's no doubt that they are on a high. Every time there's contact, those tight fives, OBM are muscling up and they are doing it. But what they need now is a try. Trailing at the moment, 22 to 17, that's the score. 22 to 17. OBM lead, or rather OBM trail by 5. Tāpui bringing 1 or 2 subs. 22 to 17. 5-point game. OBM, that's Jordan Kingy again got a hand to it. That did not go forward. OBM have it. Tāpui want to have a go at them. Ratu Nairōroi, the big Hulk. OBM with more tough stuff from their forwards. Tāpui there, scragging them, dragging them back. Where are the big runners? They go right side. OBM have big runners there on either side of the ruck. OBM now with this big left side. Justin Allen, well, what happened there? I don't think he had it to lose it forward. He couldn't have lost it forward. He didn't have the ball. Benito Barry. OBM with these big forwards, able to keep the ball alive, and Ricky Te Tairāwhiti. That's cruel. Lady Luck. Sometimes she smiles on you, sometimes she doesn't. Tāpui there, man, you got to dodge the bullets around here. As Fur flew then. Hubbard. Here now is the Rana Hubbard. Okay. Lovely catch there. That was Arusi Tavusa trying to stay in the field of play. He did extremely well there to stay in the field of play. Worked a minor miracle there to stay in the field of play. OBM's are passing a little loose. Ratu Nairōroi having his biggest game in the colours today. His second half effort has been outstanding. Here's Ricky Te Tairāwhiti has made a break. Ricky Te Tairāwhiti has made a break. Ricky Te Tairāwhiti wants support. Ricky Te Tairāwhiti was in need of support. OBM and Tāpui supporters breathe a sigh of relief. What's that going to be there? I heard a big whistle behind me. Ricky Te Tairāwhiti there with a burst. Phenomenal energy at this late stage of the game. And he could go another 30 minutes out there if he had to. Kione Tyrese, Te Amo Poki, moving over to the far touch. Now he comes back to the right touch. One way, then the other. Rusi Tavusa over here on this wing for OBM. This second half has been a major effort from OBM. It has been the best half. Okay, big scrum. Oh, big scrum. OBM, big scrum penalty. Well, OBM, Ratu Nauroroi. The joy of being on top of your opponent. Now, do they call another scrum here, OBM? They try and push him back to the line? Well, do they? Here's Austin Brown. I thought for a moment, the way this scrum is going, they might opt to scrum and then put the big push on Tāpui. Now, Tāpui's win over YMP in the first round, that was a very close game. This is a high-scoring game, a higher scoring game than that one. And I'll tell you something else. The forward shunt from OBM in the second half, I think they've just dug deep. That's all it is. I don't think it's personnel or changes. Okay, OBM have it. They have it to drive, and they can drive. OBM are going to work left. OBM are working left. That's now a ruck. They're going to clear here. Benito Barry going to clear here. OBM continue to work here. They could inch it home. They're trying very hard to inch it home. OBM again and again. Well, they're very close. OBM, Tāpui trying to hold the line here. OBM, I thought for a moment that they had gotten home there. And now they are there. What's referee Holt's decision here? Referee's decision is that the OBM were held up. Well, the one thing you can say about that situation, referee Holt was close to the play. He moved around to give himself a better angle. And so you can complain as much as you like, but he was right there, OBM there, 4 or 5 times in that sequence close to scoring. Now they've got a chance to rebuild it from further back. Tikasidre gets a good bounce. Show control here and hang on to it. Skip step there into Hubbard. Tikasidre is fearless. He's very powerful too for his size. Penalty here, OBM. Another penalty. Last 10 minutes have been all OBM. There's no question about it. Home team has rallied here. People had talked before this game about how close it would be. Well, OBM, they have made this a very close game today with their second half effort. In the first half, it was hard to get settled, but in the second half, the discipline has been much better, and Tāpui have been on the receiving end of the penalty count in the second half. That's just simply because that's how the players run. 22-17 as the game winds down. Justin Allen, second from the back. Someone's got to throw the ball into this line out. Okay, and Jordan King at the front of the line out has had a marvellous game. No matter what the result of the game, his 50th game, he has capped it with honour. Not yet a try, but he's capped it with honour. He's played very well. Okay, now another penalty here to OBM. A rash of penalties here. Conceded by Tāpui, Ricky Tedikia. Okay, and he was within inches of scoring then. OBM, once more trying hard now, driven back by Tāpui. OBM have given it everything in this second half. There's no doubt about that. Did they hear another whistle? I didn't. OBM, try as they might, they've still got the ball. They've still got a chance. OBM refusing to give in, showing tremendous spirit here. They were down but not out at 5:22. Though they suffered, they fought hard, fought long. And they've given themselves another chance. A big whistle here from referee Holt. Now what's he going to do here? He has awarded at least 4 penalties here in a row. Referee Holt. Referee Holt showing incredible patience, but finally Tāpui have lost the player. It's one of the Hubbards. It's hard to tell which of the Hubbards it is, Tioni or Rana. Looks to be Rana. Oh no, that's Tioni. OBM, the push for the corner. This is the winning or losing of the game, I think. The making or breaking of the game. And whoever the trainers are or whoever else needs to get off now, because you want to strike while the iron's hot if you're OBM. And that scrum of theirs has been very good. Very good. This would have to be now, at this point, their performance of the season. Because it was 24-10 the last time these teams met. And now it's 22-17. But OBM need to get this game moving quickly. There's been a lot of stoppage. 5-point game as we're still waiting. It's not in the interests of either team have this long, protracted delay. I think George Whakatope is leaving the field. George is a magnificent player, tiny white medalist. Must be something pretty serious for him to leave the field. OBM scrum, and this is where today, certainly in the second half, they have had the upper hand. Now, for whatever reason, I don't mind speaking to experts after the game is finished as to why or how they've gained their advantage, but there's no doubt. Very good, and this is where you'll see who really is stronger, and man, is that OBM scrum looking strong now. Oh boy, they're looking strong. And once again, referee Holt rules. What's that, a try or what? He's holding the hand up. Well, all the OBM players are dropping back. Try. Okay, so at the end of the day, referee Holt has conferred over there with assistant referee Paul Brown, and it seemed to take an age. Maybe it just seemed like that. Whatever the story, it's now 22-22, and he made his decision after quite a pause. 22 all, and this is a thing unheard of. This is an incredible second half effort from OBM, who were injury hit, and somehow Dylan Dolman Tuho, Carl Rennie, who's been very positive up and down the sideline here, and they have a chance here to win the game on the boot. Well, 22 all. This is the comeback so far of this. I mean, last week, to be honest, Pirates did brilliantly coming back against high school old boys. But with all due respect, this is Tāpui. And now, 22 all, could it become 24-22? It's a big could. Austin, short approach, has the height on it. It might carry. Oh no, it's wide, okay, across the face. So 22 all. Nobody can afford to blink here, 22 all. OBM, they'd be pinching themselves. Is this really happening? 22 all with Tāpui. Nobody really, aside from YMP very early in the season, has been within cooey of Tāpui. And OBM have drawn level. Well, fortune favours the brave, that's for sure. They'd received a lot of penalties in the lead up to that try. They now have the ball, and they now know that if they score, they win. Ricky Tedekia coming back, falls down. He might have taken a knock on the head. Advantage here to Is that advantage? Well, what happened there? Okay, OBM were awarded a penalty. I don't believe for a moment they kicked the ball deliberately at an opponent, but maybe that's their way of bringing the advantage to an end. Once you put boot to ball, Austin Brown, 22 all. Man, and it's dark too here now, to be honest. Doesn't make a difference. Not going to call the game off for light or anything like that. I'm just making a point. 22 all. I watched the teams warm up. OBM were very purposeful. They were very intense. And you must think that the senior players in this Apple core. You must think that the OBM senior players delivered some stirring words, but even more stirring than the words, the actions. Ricky Tedekia and Jordan Kingy and Justin Allen and you name it, he's done it. These OBM players have stood up. Okay, that's Jordan. Okay, I wonder if the call there is balking. Damien, do you know the score? Okay, Tāpui tap, Tāpui go. Ratu Nairoroi. The big guy has been magic today. He has been awesome. Here's Keanu Taumata, who's been allowed to make a break, and Keanu Taumata has come around to the right, and Keanu Taumata has scored what will almost certainly be the match-winning try. He chose that moment to inject himself. He sensed that they were holding off or hanging off, and Keanu Taumata magnificently. Another former OBM player who has come back for Tāpui and scored a try here. They now lead by 5. OBM under pressure, and it really all started back at that line out where I think there was an early lift, and Keanu Taumata with the most significant try of the season so far for Tāpui. Their unbeaten record was threatened. Here now is Rana Hubbard. Game is not over, but this conversion attempt from Hubbard (27-22). Okay, they, well, there was a little hesitation there as well. (29-22). So Tāpui by 7 points. Tāpui's closest game since the first round. And it's a game they're not soon going to forget. OBM have shown tremendous spirit here in the second half. Where it was tough in the first half, they have shown their supporters what they're made of. With a lot of courage, they've made a game of it. Okay, everybody's chasing after the ball. That never went forward. OBM now looking for a turnover. As long as there's time and there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And they are fighting their way upfield now, Tāpui. 7-point advantage with a converted try. OBM, of course, can't afford to concede another. If they do, that's it. Tāpui grinding down that left touchline. Such has been the toughness and physicality of the game that some of their leading lights have had to leave the field. Now, part of that is trusting. Okay, penalty there. Is that Austin Brown coming through? OBM, according to Mr. Holt, did not roll away. And one of the OBM players is being attended to. And with that last try by OBM, the scores drew level for 22-22. Tāpui converted try on for 29-27. Or rather 29-22. Sorry about that. 29-22 was from point blank range. Seven-point game. Well, that's Jordan Kingy who's certainly feeling it. Okay, the Tāpui fans engaging there with Jordan Kingy. All good fun. Hear them piping up on the far side. Here now is Rana Hubbard. He's going to look for touch. And Hubbard has found touch. Tāpui moving on to the attack. And it's certainly here now it is very dim. (29-22). Kahu scaffolding Tāpui by 7 points. Line out works well. OBM counter the line out drive, and they've done more than counter it. They're pushing Tāpui way back. Tāpui coming down the left side. It's hard to retain control when you're being pushed back up front. OBM's forwards tackle pretty hard. Certainly been fearless. Some of the new jerseys, the clean jerseys, getting dirty very quickly. Coming out and tackling hard. OBM have certainly given Tāpui a hell of a second half here. It's been a good game here in the second half. In the first half, Tāpui were very strong. Okay, Hubbard lets his people go. And Tāpui coming very close, not getting the ball to ground. And referee Holt awards a penalty there to Tāpui. Are they going to tap and run here? Because wiser heads, if they were to prevail, they would take the shot. And that would be sensible. Okay. I think a player has been recalled from the bin, and Ben Holt having to deal with a lot of testosterone out there, some pretty fired up people. And Tāpui still won't take the shot. They will tap and run instead. Well, that's the spirit of the game, I suppose, the way this game's been played. Run hard, bring of your best. Okay, Hubbard, rumbling right side. OBM trying to hold Tāpui now. Tāpui to ground, it's a ruck. Now, out wide of the ruck, they've been very dangerous. On the goal line, it's going to be tough to break OBM. They've shown that they're a tough nut to crack, hard nut to crack on their own goal line at close quarters. Out a little wider, they've got pace. Okay, OBM have conceded the last try. And certainly, big guy getting across there. Durant Smith was given to me in 19 if it was him. And so that becomes 34-22. 34-22. A lot of feeling. It's an emotional business, rugby. 34-22. Wonderful to see so many old stages, old hands, old timers, supporters of both clubs here. Vincent Kaimoana, president of Tāpui, is here. Hubbard about to take the shot. 34-22. About to become 36-22. 36-22. And that's the end of the game. So Tāpui have won here, a tremendous finish to the game by them. 2 big tries, that's what they needed to do. 36 points to 22. Kahu Scaffolding Tāpui leading in competition. Here with the maximum points and a brilliant performance. And man alive, they came through a real firestorm. I think from memory it was something like 22-5 at halftime. OBM fought back, got it to 22 all. 22 all. Had a chance with a conversion attempt to take the lead, but it was a tough one from way over on the right touch. 36-22. 2 converted tries between the teams. So Tāpui, the score blowing out to that. Just powerful, powerful finish to the game by Tāpui. And here on Rangai, we've had a great afternoon. We hope you have too. And a memorable one. The home team showing great fight back.